Our time is here. We're taking back what's been lost for years. Let the heaven of a system embrace you and praise some other guys. All these lies and all this propaganda that you want us to say. We're gonna take out. Break,
I saw a post by a Pan-African person, and they was expressing their disappointment, and they want to quit calling themselves Pan-African. Why is that? Because they begin to see the reality of things. That Africa is not interested in unity. But why is that a shock to the Pan-African when the Africans, the people on the continent, they wasn't interested when Marcus Garvey was here? What African nation was friends and connected to Marcus Garvey? Not one. It was just his teaching about Africa. Africa is a continent with over 50 nations. Marcus Garvey was not connected to none of them. What is Pan-African? Where does Pan-Africanism really come from? It really comes from America. It didn't originate in Africa. Pan-Africanism originated with Black Americans because we are taught, we African, and I want to go back to the motherland and get connected. That's where it comes from. You bring that to people on the continent of Africa, you know, what the hell are you talking about? What is that? A lot of them are involved in tribal wars, religious wars, for generations. Nations don't like other nations there. Been going on for generations. That's why it was easy for the Europeans or anybody to go to Africa, because they are tribal. They're not interested. There's hundreds of different belief systems, different tribes and people. They're not interested in unification. They're not even trying. The closest they ever came to unification was with Muammar Gaddafi trying to start some type of African banking system. And of course, the European, oh, that's a no-no. You messing with my bread and butter. So they created the most costly assassination in world history of Muammar Gaddafi, because they knew that those Africans are not interested in nothing like that. Let's kill the head. Don't have to worry about them Africans no more. And that's what happened. They murdered, they assassinated Muammar Gaddafi, whether you like him or not. They murdered him, and it was business as usual, like what they got going on right now. So you have these Pan-Africans in this country that live in this world of make-believe because they have some African friends I know there can be African unity because I got a friend. What's that song? I got a friend in me. I got a friend in Africa. I got a friend in me. I got a friend in Africa. Remind me of that old Disney song. I got a friend in me. Because they have an African friend. Or they can start their own little business with somebody in Africa. But you have no African leadership, no African nation supports Pan-Africanism. So that somebody was talking about the Mississippi campaign is a pipe dream. What's a pipe dream is proven. There was no African unity during the lifetime of Marcus Garvey, and there is none now. Those African leaders and people are trying to live and be like European. They're trying to be like the United States of America. They are corrupt. They are exploiting their own people for their own enrichment. They're not interested in your Pan-African nothing. They don't view you as a brother or a sister. The only way you can get those people in government in Africa to listen to you, what you got to offer. And you have nothing to offer. But if you had something like the Mississippi campaign, now you have something to barter. You have something to work with. And they will listen to you. Listen to you because now you are a power and you have influence in the United States. And that's who they want to get close to. Not you. You ain't nothing. You have no power. You don't understand that. So Pan-Africanism, which simply is the unification of African people on the earth. Pan-Africanism has been turned into a religion where I believe. And if you get an African friend, it makes your belief more stronger. Because I got a friend in Africa. These Pan-Africans don't have one African nation that supports them. They didn't have it during the time of Marcus Garvey, and they still don't have it. I have no problem. Why should I be upset? Why should I have a problem with Pan-Africanism? The problem is the people that you're talking about ain't interested. I don't talk about black unity no more because I understand that you're not interested. I present things just to present them. Maybe you might get on board the soul train one day, so I keep talking about it. But I understand where your mind is at. And maybe you are African. Because they don't want unity, being stupid, and you don't want unity either, being stupid. The Africans are tribal, and you are tribal. And they are in love with the people they like. You have the same kind of behaviors. And the people they like take from them and don't produce nothing. And that's the kind of people you like. You like people that take from you and give you nothing. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said in the teachings, why does the Negro love the white man? Because he gives you nothing. Why do you love these men? Because they give you nothing. Now, Father Flager is a little bit more different than Farrakhan. At least, especially during the holidays, the Catholic Church hands out turkeys and have different little programs to try to help people or whatever, blah, blah, blah. You can get a little help from the Catholic Church. You're not going to get nothing from Farrakhan. They don't even give turkeys away no more. At one time, they would give turkeys away. They don't do nothing. no more with Farrakhan. Everything goes to Chicago to help him live good. Because that mansion and how Farrakhan lived, that's very, very costly. The money they spending on Farrakhan living as an individual and his family, they could have built brand new housing projects, low-income housing, not only for Muslims, but for the people themselves. People are drawn to you when you help them like that. Matter of fact, back in the day, that's the reason why a lot of people was attracted to the Nation of Islam, because they were producing a little something for the people. You're not getting anything from Louis Farrakhan. That's not my fault. Has nothing to do with me. It's obvious. And then the people that like him, they keep coming up with all these excuses and they want to play Ring Around the Roses. When it's all said and done, sir, the investment that we put into the Nation of Islam produced little. That's not my fault. But you accept that because you like Farrakhan. But you're not producing nothing. You accept that because you like T.D. Jakes or what's the name, Joel Osteen and these other preachers. They produce nothing. Why do the Negro love the devil? Because the devil gives them nothing. Here we are. We're telling you, you get on board the soul train. We want to produce, or we will sit our ass down. And we're not going to wait 30, 40 damn years. You're going to start seeing the production now. You don't want to support that. Somebody that want to give you something. You want to support the people that you like, that give you nothing. And that's your, as Bobby Brown would say, that's your prerogative. You can do that.
And as always in parting, we wish you...
Come on and jam with us next week on these same stations. And you can bet your last money it's all going to be a stone gas, honey. I'm Don Cornelius, and as always in parting, we wish you love, peace, and soul.